So we're going to go ahead and go over the Mandalorian episodes 1 and 2. I mean, I really don't want to talk about 2 because it was such a garbage episode, but we'll go ahead and give you the rundown on how garbage it was.
Anyway, episode 1, basically,
was hype.
Yeah.
Episode 1 was hype.
Yep.
Like, that was like, okay.
Lots of fan service.
Timothy Oliphant as Cobb Vanth was fucking fantastic.
Yeah.
That's who?
Cobb Vanth, the dude who was wearing Boba's armor.
And it felt more like a traditional Clint Eastwood type Western than season 1. And that's what I really liked. I knew they were trying to go for it in season 1. You felt the vibe, but it wasn't as strong, but definitely in episode 1.
It was that whole Western, like,
They're
vibe.
even going to do like a whole high noon type gun battle before the whole, Crate Dragon came in.
Yeah.
Would love to see that though.
Interesting thing about those pearls, they can be used to, I think, augment or effectively replace the kyber crystal. Yeah.
So they're that powerful?
Yeah. They're super. I think it's just augment. I'm gonna have to go back and check the lore and stuff. But I think Darth Revan have actually put one in one of his lightsabers at one point.
That's a badass pearl. What kind of...
I mean, you can cut it off.
Oh, okay.
Or just get a smaller one. But like, them are fantastic.
But yeah, just to go over, Mando episode 1 was really good. There was a lot of interesting points that, the Western, like, cowboy type vibe. Yeah, the Boba Fett armor.
Hell yeah. Oh, I should probably bring up the thing from Deadline.
Oh, yeah.
What?
So, there's this thing from one of the most reputable Hollywood sites out there. It's one of the 3 Hollywood trades from Deadline, and she says, I hear possibly a Boba Fett miniseries would film first starting next week or later this month. And that was written November 5th. So we getting a Boba Fett series, boys.
I hope, because, spoiler alert, Boba Fett does appear at the end. I think it was after the credits?
No, it was right before.
Yeah, right
it's
before
like
the
last
credits.
10 seconds of the first episode.
Yeah.
What are you talking about?
You saw that dude who had
bald
the
guy.
really f***ed up face, and he was bald when Mando was
He had, like, a
riding
whole
away
cloak.
on the motorcycle.
What?
Yeah, it's Boba Fett. A lot of people thought it was Captain Rex.
Wait.
I mean, they're paying.
Wait.
I'm about to pull up Disney Plus right now. I will show you. Calm down. You aren't gonna be able to get that. Whatchamacallit? Log me out. Boom, 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 boom.
That's
because Cobb Vanth was using his armor, the Boba Fett's armor, and then Mando saw him driving
How's that
away.
Boba?
That's Tamora. So Boba Fett is a clone of Jango Fett who doesn't have accelerated.
That's him? That's actually him?
Yeah. Boba Fett is a clone of Jango Fett who doesn't have accelerated age.
Yeah.
So he looks like all the clones and Jango Fett.
Yeah, I know that.
But that's Tamora Morrison.
The guy who actually played.
Yeah.
Right, Jango Fett.
Jango Fett, Boba Fett.
Jango Fett was the clone guy.
Yeah. He was the guy
The one who made the clones.
Not made them, but they used his
Yeah,
DNA
that's
for the clones.
what I'm trying
He
to
was Big Big Daddy. Big Daddy clone.
Sperm donor.
So what do you think the significance of him in the...
I think potentially he might be hired by Moff Gideon at some point. Or he's going to be coming after Mando for his armor.
Yeah.
Why?
Because that's his armor.
Yeah.
But he ain't no Mandalorian anyway.
Yes, he is.
What?
Yeah.
Since when?
All the clones in Clone Wars are made from Jango Fett. Jango Fett's a Mandalorian. They're genetic Mandalorians.
Since when was he when I don't even remember this. When did they state that he was a Mandalorian?
Are you sure he's a Mandalorian?
He's
No,
a
they
genetic
like never.
Mandalorian.
I thought
they
he just
never-
stole the armor.
Yeah, they
No.
never stated that he was an actual Mandalorian.
Jango Fett is, I'm pretty sure, a Mandalorian.
I will bet you, right
I'm
now.
looking it up right now.
$20.
Is Jango a Mandalorian? Jango Fett was a Mandalorian. In Legends.
Suck my
In Legends, okay? However, Dave Filoni explained that according to George Lucas, the Fetts were not Mandalorian.
No. Trust me. He's gonna.
No.
Trust me.
Ladies
He's
and
gonna
gentlemen.
be.
But they could.
He's
But
gonna.
they could.
No, he's gonna be
He owes me
retconned.
$20.
He's
They
going to
could
be
retcon.
retconned to become a. He's going to be retconned because of
Who the hell is that?
No, they're gonna retcon him to be like he is a genetic Mandalorian because the people like you see how Din Djarin, the Mandalorian, is super uptight about not taking off his helmet.
Mm-hmm.
If to him and his creed and people who follow that creed, if you don't do and follow that creed and do stuff like keeping on the helmet, you're not a true. Yeah, you're not technically a true Mandalorian.
Like Sabine.
Right. He might not consider her a true Mandalorian.
He definitely won't. He does.
Same with Bo-Katan, the lady in Clone War. Yeah.
Well, that's like Death Watch. Death Watch is a little.
How?
bit
Okay, so
he
then
got saved by
wait, I thought he died.
In
Boba?
episode 6,
Right,
it was
everyone
presumed,
did.
but now that he's back, he survived.
So then they'd have to give him a whole series to explain how he got there.
That might just take like 10 minutes of like the first episode of a series.
Okay, I have a question for you. Now, seeing that you know how, did you think that Boba was the guy who saved that assassin lady in one of the episodes in season 1?
What are you talking about?
I thought he killed her.
No, she was still alive. Remember the assassin when Boba went to when Mandalorian went to Tatooine the first.
Yeah, that woman that he went to bring in with that kid.
He didn't kill her. And at the end of the episode, you see someone in boots walk up to her, and that's it.
No, because remember the boy
she
did.
wasn't dead. No, the boy was had already left for whatchamacallit.
Yeah.
He'd already ditched Mando and went to go steal his ship.
And she shot him. He shot her.
She wasn't dead.
How do you know? How do you know?
I'm pretty sure she wakes up.
I thought she died.
I don't think she
Exactly.
I don't know, but it's been a year since I've watched the first
but
season.
that's my whole
I
point.
watched this last weekend. I'll go back to season 1 and try to find it.
But the implications of Boba being in The Mandalorian, season 3, right?
Season 3 is
It would
possibly
be-
like a big villain or a
Be really interesting because Boba has had experience with the Jedi, right? Episode 2, Mace cutting off his dad's head. And then in the Clone Wars.
But he's not. But he's anti-Jedi, so he would want to kill.
No, he's not
Yeah,
anti-Jedi.
but,
He's just, I do what I want.
He has all this knowledge because he's experienced it. He's fought Luke, you know.
Right.
So then he could tell the Mandalorian about
That's
his
tough.
experience.
His son got his head cut off.
Dad.
No.
Boba's dad, Jango, got his head cut off.
Yeah. Are you tripping?
I'm confused, bro. No, because you
Remember in episode 2?
No, but
when
that's what I'm saying.
Mace
Like,
cut off his head.
for y'all watching, making me look stupid.
Yeah, roast him in the comments. Roast him in the comments right now.
My point is that I haven't watched the old movies in a long time.
I don't
Right?
give a He's still gonna roast you.
Isn't common knowledge that he gets his head
Okay, but
whacked?
again, this movie came out a while ago. It's not like I just watched it last week and I'm like, oh yeah. Like I just remember Boba Fett and Jango Fett. Like one was blue, one was red.
Green.
What?
Boba Fett is more green
Yeah.
than anything.
No, like the accents.
Oh, okay, on the helmet?
Yeah,
Okay.
the he's green, but like it's red accents on the face, and then blue for Jango. So the point I'm trying to make is that. So wait, this is the clone.
Yeah.
Okay. All right, y'all confusing the shit with me, bro.
Which is why you're probably gonna see Captain Rex this season too.
I hope so.
I think he's dead.
Rex?
He's old.
He's old.
He
as
was.
but they did retcon it.
What about who else was with him? Wolf and.
I think they're dead at that point.
No.
Rex.
Rex is probably still alive because they did retcon it to where they made him look like some random soldier in Battle of Endor, which is episode 6, the Return of the Jedi, and they retcon it and like this guy is Rex technically, so he's was alive like what, not even 5 years ago before this, or I think it is exactly 5 years before this. Yeah,
Because
see.
the Empire blowing up was a couple years after Return of the Jedi.
Well, what it is that for the assassin lady, someone just comes up to her and is about to pick her up, and then that's where it ends.
But at the end of the day, there's a lot of juicy bits from that episode.
Seeing that, like at the end of episode 1, you see Boba Fett just walking away, right, or just turning towards the camera, and then Mando gets jumped at the beginning of season 2. Do you think those people are part of his crew, and he was like, jump him so I can see how skilled he is?
No.
Nah, I feel like if
Because they were after
Baby Yoda.
Yeah.
That's
I think
true.
the child.
But I think anyone who is bounty hunter or knows things about bounty hunters or wants to get into that business in Star Wars would be after Baby Yoda, or anyone in general, because that's a huge reward.
But that's my point. I just don't see it being him. Plus, I don't think he has the capabilities as you think. I think he's more of like a rundown old man.
Boba's not that old.
He's like 40, right?
He may be 40.
He look old.
Well, I mean, the actor.
Well, his actor's
The actor is
old.
like 50 or 60 or something.
Yeah, but he can obviously play 40. They could just get a stunt double.
Yeah, but my point is, I just don't see him being. If he's been on this planet, I mean, I just don't see him. Especially like what he's wearing, you can clearly see he's like.
I think he's actually carrying the Tusken Raider weapon.
He is. That's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
I don't see him being like one of those like Mandalorian where he's going to different planets and he has just shit.
No.
So that's why I'm like, I just don't see it being.
I wonder, like, sometimes, like, obviously he has the Tusken Raider armor or weapons and stuff, but I was wondering, like, was he like in disguise during that whole Krayt Dragon battle thing? And was just watching Mando.
Might have. I mean,
That would have been pretty interesting. If
he
they
is
do
skilled
that.
enough to do that.
Yeah, I mean, he's a Mandalorian.
Yeah.
Dun, 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 dun.
But to move on to the next episode of Garbage, episode number 2 from Disney Plus of Mandalorian. I mean, let's just put it this way. Episode 2 was predictable. Episode 2 didn't have to be in the series. It kind of could have just been thrown out altogether. I mean, there was no major plot point that they conveyed and were like, hey, this is so important.
That's
you
true.
need to see it. The whole point of that episode was a filler. Like, it was predictable. You knew the spoiler. You knew the X-Wings are going to come save him in the end because they're the only other people on that planet. Therefore, you knew they were going to save him. It was predictable that Baby Yoda was going to eat the egg. Spoiler. It was
It's
predictable.
fuck, by the way.
Yeah.
Huh?
That was funny.
Yeah, it was funny. It was predictable that, like I said, bro, I was like, ice spiders. As soon as he got out and he was like looking for that woman, I was like, I swear to God, if an ice spider comes out, I'm gonna be so salty because I hate spiders. And it was pretty, like, for me, it was predictable. I knew the minute, he got like contacted by the X-Wings, like, okay, something's gonna happen. And then
That
I
scene
didn't.
was amazing, though.
Yeah, it was pretty
Fucking
cool.
Tokyo drifting on the ice. And
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh my.
It was pretty interesting, but I'm saying as a whole, the episode didn't need to be there, right? Like you can say, oh, the action was cool, and this was cool, and that was cool, but at the end of the day, you can't, like, for example, episode 1, we're like, okay, Boba Fett was in the episode. Okay, he found Boba Fett's armor. Jango Fett, Boba Fett, whose armor? Yeah, Boba Fett's armor. And it's a cool plot point of he's looking for the Mandalorian, right? Whereas episode 2
this is something that he has to do to go find Mandalorian.
exactly, but my whole point is that's your only plot point. Oh, this happened to happen on his adventure.
But
And like I said,
this isn't like a. Well, do you mean like him having to help the lady or the ice spider thing?
that whole help the lady ice
That's
spider.
not like happened. That's like he was forced into a situation.
I know, but that's my point. This whole episode didn't need to be there. They could have came up with a different plot for episode 2 because it didn't need to be there.
But I like for what it was. I definitely enjoyed it.
Yeah.
I mean, yeah, the action's cool. I'm just saying, as a plot point, it was a garbage episode because there was nothing in there tangible that you could have been like, all right, this is going to happen. And wow, because like first episode, I was like, are they going to go see Sabine immediately? Is she going to be in the first episode, like right off the bat? And then it was like, then you see the armor and you're like, wait, who is this? And you have this whole like hype, like, oh my God, like what is this? What's going on? But the second episode was just more of like action.
I'm not gonna lie. The whole time for episode 2, I was expecting Boba to show up at some point.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Like when
why.
he got jumped, I was like expecting him to come out, or when he got saved, I was like, it's either X-Wings or maybe just Boba was tracking him this whole time.
But that doesn't make sense.
Well, Boba Fett is super capable and I feel like he could absolutely.
I'm
do that.
sure he is, but again, like I said, like if he was gonna do that, like there would have to be a plot behind it of why he would do that. Why would he save the Mandalorian? Why would he be stalking?
I don't think
Mandalorian?
if he did that, I don't think he'd save him. If he did save him, it would be because he got his armor back. But
if he had the
if
capabilities
we're
to get his
going-
armor back in the first place, then why didn't he do it?
I don't
That's-
know.
that's my point.
That's a good question.
That's
just
why
can't
I
wait for the
said-
series to explore that.
The X-Wing was just so obvious that it was gonna happen because it was the only plot point from that episode. Like, okay, yeah, like they're gonna be the ones to save him.
But like he said, or like both of you said, I do agree that they could have come up with something a little more clever, at least for kind of tying
To
into
work in the
story.
plot,
Yeah.
just a
I
little
like
bit.
that they didn't make that Lady Lizard completely helpless.
Yeah.
that was the thing that I think that's what won me over probably the most.
Yeah.
Because like in situations like that where it's like, oh, I need you to help me cross this is you and blah blah blah. I need your help to carry me or bring me someplace or escort me. Usually that type of character is useless. Mm-hmm. She wasn't. She killed a few spiders and all that good stuff.
Yeah.
But
we'll see what happens. But
who are you expecting to see in the next episode?
Sabine.
Yeah.
Because that's where he's go. That's where he's going.
Yeah. I mean, like I looked at the if you look at the trailer, like. She's saying, oh, we have to go to some water planet. And if you look at the trailer, no, it's not Camino. But you know how in the trailer he was riding on a boat? Yeah. And, like, you see him on a dock earlier in the trailer?
Yeah, I think Sabine is officially.
I mean, like, in that, if you watch the trailer, you can see him carrying her eggs.
I don't think they're going to talk, though. I think it's going to be her stalk. Because remember.
They probably won't talk. If they do, it'd be, like, at the very end.
Yeah, because, like, think about it. He sticks out as a sore thumb where she can know, like, immediately, okay, he's a Mandalorian. Because she's a Mandalorian. And I see her just from the original trailer that she looks like she's stalking him in the sense of like, what is she doing?
She's in a fucking hoodie in an alley just staring at him.
That's my point. I think she's trying to figure out what he's there for and what he's doing.
Right.
So I don't think that we're going to see her, but we're not going to actually get any like dialogue.
I think you're like, he'll find Sabine or Sasha Banks' character, that's who's in the trailer. He'll find her, which we're all assuming is, most people are assuming it's Sabine. And then the next episode, he gets to Bo-Katan, and she's like, oh, you're looking for Jedi, and brings him to Ahsoka, and probably Rex with her, too.
Who's playing Ahsoka?
Rosario Dawson.
Dude, how's that going to work? Her and, oh, she died.
Who?
That's right. She was Guardians of the Galaxy, wasn't she?
Who?
Rosario Dawson.
No, that's Zoe Saldana. Yeah. I guess because they look kind of similar. Yeah. They're two different people.
And they're both playing different colored aliens. One green, one orange.
I'm kind of.
Wait, who's the bitch in?
Zoe Saldana.
Oh yeah, they do look similar. One looks like the mom to the other. 41 and 40. Damn, she's older. Shit, never mind. I got that wrong. Yeah, well.
Who was older, Rosario?
She's younger.
She is?
By a year.
But she's super talented, though.
Yeah.
I enjoyed her in Daredevil.
She was Avatar, Guardians of the Galaxy. She was in Star Trek. I remember Columbiana, Rosario Dawson, Sin City, Zombieland. Yeah.
She's super talented. I'm excited for her. And I'm glad they actually got someone who's the same height, or close to the same height as Tamora Morrison for the continuity reasons.
Yeah.
Because I remember I was watching Rebels like a couple weeks ago, and when Ahsoka, you good? When Ahsoka and Rex meet, they're like almost the same height.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
okay.
for when they reunite, and the fact that like I think Tamora Morrison and Rosario like
Ahsoka's
exactly
grown
the
up
same
though.
height. Yeah, but she's like almost the same height as Rex in Rebels, or they're about the same. I mean, excluding her horns and shit, but
yeah. I want to see that series, dude, because like after she goes back in the portal. And she returns.
Oh, there's like a whole Ahsoka series, like rumored to be happening. I say rumored because it seems like it's absolutely happening.
The Bad Batch is coming.
I think it's coming out the first quarter of 2021.
Hopefully.
I'm down for it.
Exactly 6 feet. Captain Rex is exactly 6 feet.
Really? Tough. Yeah. All right. Well, y'all want to finish it there?